I fucking died last night. Story time. Have you guys heard of quantum immortality? It's happened to me a few times, and I am definitely positive that I died last night. Me and my daughter. So we were going out of town to go pick up some of my stuff in the old town that I just moved from. And on the way there, I had been praying that I wanted to go through a portal and be on the timeline where I got all of my important things back. Long story short, this bitch stole my stuff and wouldn't give it back, and then just randomly dropped some shit off at my cousin's house. So I didn't know if she had dropped all my stuff off or what she had dropped off. So I was on my way to finally go get the boxes, right? So on the way, I was manifesting that I would switch into the timeline where that bitch gave me all my important things back that I wanted, right? So I have been saying that, and then we came up on a road construction. We never stopped or anything, we were still going, but there were big work trucks parked along the side of the freeway. So I was doing that prayer and everything, right? And then all of a sudden, my daughter sits directly behind me, screams, "What is that?" My heart jumped out of my freaking chest. I'm thinking I'm about to hit something. There's something in the road I didn't see or something. I don't even get to process that yet. And immediately after she screams, "What is that?" This huge work truck parked on the side of the freeway next to us lays on his fucking horn. And it wasn't like a honk. It was like a, bitch, you about to get hit head on, pay attention. Something like that. That's the vibe I got. It was a warning. I've done that honk before when I saw a truck hit a motorcycle. Okay, like that. So I'm super fucking shook now. I'm looking around, everything. I'm like, there's nothing. What the fuck is going on? And then my daughter goes, "What was that?" And I go, "What?" And then she said something, and I go, "The truck honk?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Fuck the truck honk. What did you see before that? Why did you scream, 'What is that?' right before the truck honked?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "You screamed, 'What is that?'" Now, afterwards, after the truck honk, she said, "What was that?" But I heard clear as day, second before the truck honk, she said, "What is that?" In a terrified voice, okay? We finna die voice, okay? And I was like, she's like, "Mom, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything till after the truck honked." Y'all, she's right here, quiet, us in the car. I was listening to a book on audio. I was so fucking shook for I'm still shook, obviously. It's the next morning. I'm still fucking shook, okay? So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Something happened. I could feel that something happened, okay? It's kind of weird, when the timelines blend, for a moment you kind of have memories or knowings of both timelines for a little while. And it was in just a matter of milliseconds, she screamed, "What is that?" The truck fucking honked. And then I just had this dreadful feeling. I had this feeling we just died. That is what was in my head. That is what I just knew it somehow. And then I'm so then I was trying to figure out what happened, whatever, right? So then we fucking get to the next little town, right? We're still 20 minutes maybe away from the next gas station town, right? We're 20 minutes away, and I have been checking the clock the whole time. This is right after that happened, right? I look at the clock, and it's right before 2:00 in the afternoon. We left at 12:30. This town has only ever taken me 45 minutes to get to. I'm looking at the clock like, how the fuck is it 2 o'clock? Like, how the fuck is it 2 o'clock? I have to plan, I have ADHD, so I have to plan out a trip. I have to plan out everything I do, like what time I need to leave, how long it's going to take me to get ready, how long it's going to take to get there, all that. So I had done all that. There's no fucking way it was already 2 o'clock. And we weren't even to the town yet. We were still like 20 minutes out of the town. And it had already been, what, an hour and a half instead of 45 minutes? So somehow we lost that time, or moved into a timeline where we had left at a different time. I don't know what the fuck happened, okay? So the rest of the day was just weird and fucking off. I get there and I like peek in the boxes, right? It looks like she gave me all my shit back. It looks like she gave me my important things, like my jewelry and stuff that is important and super fucking expensive. Like all my important things, I think she gave, like all my witchy stuff. So I think I did manifest going into this other timeline. But how did I manifest it this time? Did I fucking manifest it by literally having to like sacrifice us to jump into that timeline? Like, was the timeline so far apart from this one? Because that bitch is she wouldn't have gave me my shit back. Let's put it that way, okay? So was that timeline so far away that I couldn't just jump into the next timeline, right? So I really like quantum immortality jump, sacrifice me and my daughter to get into this other timeline. The rest of the fucking day was weird too, okay? So we do our stuff in town. We drive back. The town is only 2 hours away, okay? So the 45-minute mark is like the halfway point where people stop and get gas and stop at the store and go potty and stuff, right? So I call my daughters from, that's another thing. So I call my daughters I texted them, okay, we're getting ready to leave and head home. I should be there I told my daughter I have to drop something off at 9 to my other daughter. And then I should be out to home in that town closer to 10. Because, okay, so we're leaving. It's like 7. So I should get to where my daughter is to drop off her iPad at 9. Okay? That's what I told her. Mind you, I've been driving this my entire fucking life. Like, my family lives out there. Okay? So there's no way I got this fucking wrong, y'all. There's no way. So I pull up to drop off my daughter's iPad. It's 10 o'clock. It's like 10:10. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. It took me 3 hours. It took me 3 hours to get back. What would take like approximately 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is happening? Like, is time speeding up? Like, I don't know what the fuck was happening, okay? It goes on. So I drop that off. I get out here, which is like 30 minutes away. So I get here about 10:30. My oldest daughter is like, I thought you said you're going to be here, at whatever. And so I'm explaining to her what the fuck happened and like what is that and all that shit. And I think we died, right? I know we died. I know it. So she had my oldest daughter had texted me. Now I'm all through the mountains and stuff. So service is like in and out. So when I get the text, I don't know when she sent it. You know what I mean? Because like it could just come through when I get to near a tower. So she tells me, oh my God, I think I knew. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I had this horrible feeling. And she's like, I texted you, hey, like, are you guys okay? Like, check in with me when you can, whatever. She had this like horrible, dreadful feeling to call and check on us around the time that we were first going through that. But I didn't get the text until we got to the other town. Y'all, I died last night. I fucking died last night. And I'm still tripping.